AI is increasingly shaping our lives, and journalism is no exception. It's transforming it in ways we've never seen before. It's used to streamline operations, automate tasks like generating news stories, categorizing data, and translating or summarizing content for different audiences. It also enhances how news is personalized and prioritized. By analyzing audience behavior, AI tailors news to individual preferences, making it more relevant or more attractive to different users. And algorithms decide which news gets prioritized in our social media feeds and search results, shaping what hundreds of millions of people are exposed to. AI news organizations can work more efficiently, delivering information faster and boosting engagement, but there's also a growing concern about how much control journalists still have over their work and about the limited exposure of the audience to diverse content. One major issue is the loss of editorial control. While AI can produce and distribute content at scale, it lacks the human judgment to assess information critically. Journalists traditionally serve as society's watchdogs, holding power accountable. AI, on the other hand, is limited by the data it's trained on, which affects the accuracy and depth of the content it generates or prioritizes. There's also the problem of algorithmic bias. AI is only as good as the data it's trained on, which can often reflect societal biases. As a result, AI might amplify certain viewpoints while marginalizing others. This becomes particularly concerning when covering sensitive topics such as race, gender, or politics. Another challenge is the divide between the global north and global south. The global south is often underrepresented in the data that trains AI systems and in the decision-making of AI developers and policymakers. This underrepresentation can reinforce existing inequalities and further widen the technological and economic gaps. Transparency and accountability are also growing concerns. When AI plays a role in news production or editorial decisions, it's often unclear who is responsible for errors. And let's not forget also the exploitation of journalists' original work through copyright abuse. A pressing issue on a more general level is the erosion of journalism's role as a trusted source of knowledge, with far-reaching consequences for societies. Journalism has traditionally been the backbone of democracy, guiding public understanding of complex issues through investigation and ethical reporting. But the rise of AI in journalism, paired with platform-driven news distribution, is fragmenting this shared reality. Digital platforms now curate content based on engagement metrics, likes, shares, clicks, rather than truthfulness or public interest. This shift has contributed to what many scholars refer to as an epistemic crisis in journalism. At the heart of this crisis is the blurring of lines between facts and fiction. AI often prioritizes sensationalism to maximize engagement and amplify misleading or false information at the expense of reliable reporting. This undermines journalism's credibility and erodes public trust, which are both crucial for a healthy democracy. Additionally, AI-driven personalization means audiences are increasingly siloed into echo chambers, where they only see information that aligns with their existing views. This reinforces biases and limits exposure to diverse perspectives, which is critical for informed public discourse. The result is a growing divide in how people perceive reality, making it harder for societies to agree on basic truths and engage in meaningful dialogue. AI's role in this crisis is profound. It's changing how information is created, curated, and consumed, which threatens journalism's authority as a trusted guide through the complexities of matters in public interest. Regulation is catching up, especially in the European Union. New laws like the Digital Services Act, the European Media Freedom Act, and Artificial Intelligence Act are tackling some of these challenges. Additionally, the Council of Europe has adopted the first international legally binding treaty on AI designed to safeguard human rights, the rule of law, and democracy. This treaty is also open to non-European countries. Media self-regulation has been slower to adopt. Ethical codes and media councils haven't kept pace with the rapid developments in AI. Though there is some progress, there's still a long way to go before journalism has a robust framework to address AI's ethical dilemmas. Given the complexity of these challenges, it's clear that policy, regulatory, and governance responses are needed on multiple levels. We need more clarity on how algorithms prioritize news so the public can understand and hold platforms accountable, and this must go hand in hand with improving AI literacy, both in policymaking and in the general public. So I think that is a key area for policy focus in the coming years. Ethical guidelines and accountability mechanisms are essential to ensure that AI tools in journalism promote transparency, fairness, accuracy, and integrity. Media councils could play a vital role in overseeing AI use, ensuring it doesn't compromise editorial independence. To preserve public interest journalism, we also need more funding to support and strengthen the journalism's role in the digital ecosystem while safeguarding its independence. Finally, we must encourage platforms to give visibility to diverse content, reducing the risks of echo chambers and societal polarization. Every technological shift in history has brought risks and dilemmas, and AI is no exception. What's new is the scale, intensity, and pace. AI is not only the latest, but also the most disruptive one. It demands a careful recalibration of our values and practices. As we move forward, the question isn't whether AI will shape journalism, but how we can make sure it is used responsibly. The future of journalism in these circumstances depends on finding the way to uphold the principles that have long defined the profession. AI is here to stay and will continue to evolve. And that's why also media organizations themselves need to be proactive and must prevent AI from undermining journalism's core mission to inform the public, hold power accountable, and support democratic processes. It is important, though, to recognize that, given the severity of the challenges, current risk-based approaches and codes of conduct do not suffice. We must rethink how AI and its development are being managed, treating it as a public service under democratic control and with regulations that prioritize ethical responsibility, knowledge integrity, and long-term societal benefit, rather than allowing its and our future to be dictated by tech companies in hands of just a few power players.